Hey, welcome back to another episode of the Savvy Successful Mompreneur podcast, where we talk about building your dream business and your dream life, one messy, beautiful, caffeine-fueled day at a time. If you're new here, I'm your host, Savannah, and I help ambitious moms build businesses that fit their real lives, not the other way around. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. Today's episode is one that comes straight from my heart. It's not pulled from a business book or a strategy session. It's something I personally live by every single day. And it's something that's helped me build success without losing myself in the process. I call it the 4 S's to savvy success. And those 4 S's are service, leading with heart and putting people first, strength, fueling your body and honoring your health, silence, connecting to your faith, your peace, your inner voice. And lastly, success, showing up boldly in your business and pursuing your growth with a purpose. So grab your favorite drink, maybe your iced coffee, your matcha, or that energy drink if you're like me, and let's dive into how these 4 S's can completely transform your mindset, your energy, and your results as a mompreneur. Now, let's start with the first S, service. When I say service, I don't mean customer service or giving back to your clients. I mean living a life that serves. It's easy, especially when you're building a business, to slip into hustle mode, where every hour feels like it's measured by productivity, profit, or progress. But true success starts with remembering who you're showing up for. Before I ever check my emails or open my planner, I think about who I'm partnering with that day. My family, my friends, my audience, even my future self. Because service is not just about doing, it's about being intentional. For example, when you serve your partner, whether that's your spouse, your best friend, or your accountability buddy, you're nurturing connection. When you serve your kids, you're teaching them what purpose looks like. When you serve your community, you're building a legacy. And that matters more than any sales goal you'll ever hit. So here's my challenge to you before you start your workday. Pause and ask, who can I serve today? It might just be someone that needs an encouraging voice. It might be your child who just wants an extra 10 minutes of your attention. Reach out to someone you care about, whether it's a family or friend, and just send a quick message of, thank you for being in my life. I appreciate you. Those little messages have a big impact. You have to be intentional and meaningful. Service keeps your heart grounded. It's what prevents burnout and brings meaning to the mundane. Because when your work is rooted in service, you stop chasing success and you start attracting it. Now, let's talk about the second S, strength. This one's more than muscle. It's about energy, discipline, resilience. You can have the best business strategy in the world, but if you're running on fumes, mentally, physically, emotionally, it's not sustainable. Strength starts with fuel. And by fuel, I mean the food you eat, the movement you do, and the thoughts you think. Every choice you make either gives you strength or it takes it away. I know as moms, we tend to put ourselves last. We feed everyone else before we sit down to eat. We'll push through the exhaustion to finish just one more task. But the truth is, your body is your biggest asset. You can't pour from an empty cup. You can't lead from an empty tank. That's why I'm a believer in creating small, daily habits that build physical and mental strength. Even just a 20-minute walk, stretching while your toddler colors, drinking water before your coffee, lifting weights while listening to a podcast episode like this one. Strength doesn't come from doing it all. It just comes from showing up consistently. The more you strengthen your body, the more your mind follows. You carry yourself differently. You feel confident, capable, and grounded. So I want you to ask yourself, What does strength look like for me today? Maybe it's saying no to something that drains you and protecting your energy. Maybe it's making a nourishing meal instead of skipping lunch. Maybe it's moving your body just because you can. When you honor your strength, you don't just survive the day, you own it. The third S is my personal favorite: silence. Now, if you're a mom, I can practically hear you laughing already. Because let's be real, silence isn't exactly easy to find in our world of snack requests and, Mom, there's a commercial. But silence doesn't always mean quiet. It means space. It's the pause before reacting. It's the deep breath before you speak. It's the few minutes in the morning where you choose to sit with your coffee and God instead of scrolling through notifications. For me, silence is how I reconnect to my source through prayer, reading, or just sitting in stillness. In business, we're told to go faster and faster and faster, produce more, be visible, do this, do that. But growth happens in the unseen, in the quiet conversations you have with yourself, and in the quiet conversations that you have with God. When you make space for silence, you start hearing the whispers of wisdom again. You notice what's working, what's not, and what you've been avoiding. You find peace in the pauses. And sometimes that silence can give you your next big idea, or it helps you realize that what you were chasing wasn't actually meant for you. So here's a simple practice. Before you start your day, take 5 minutes, just 5 minutes of silence. No phones, no distractions. Just breathe, pray, or read something that fills your spirit. That moment of stillness can change your whole day. Because clarity, it doesn't come from chaos. It comes from quiet. I get my best downloads and my best ideas when I'm sitting in silence, or even when I'm in the car driving alone with no podcast, no radio, when I'm just there in silence driving. And finally, the fourth S, success. This is the one everyone wants to skip right to. But here's the truth. Real success is built on the first 3 S's. You can't have sustainable success without service, strength, and silence. Success isn't about doing it all. It's about doing what matters most with intention. For mompreneurs, success looks different than it does for anyone else. It's not just about income goals. It's about impact. It's about building something that allows you to be present for your kids, serve your family, live your values, and still make a difference in this world. Success means waking up excited about what you're creating. It means celebrating progress, not perfection. It means giving yourself grace when the day doesn't go as planned. And here's a little mindset shift I want you to hold on to. You're not chasing success. You're cultivating it every day through small actions, through service, through strength, through silence. If you focus on the progress, the daily rhythm of your 4 S's, the results will come naturally. So instead of asking, am I successful yet? Ask, am I showing up with service, strength, silence, and purpose today? Because that is what builds true, lasting success. Now, let's take a moment to recap. Service, we lead with our heart. Strength, we fuel our body and our mind. Silence, we protect our peace. And lastly, success. Pursue purpose over perfection. Those 4 S's are your daily compass. They keep you grounded when life feels overwhelming and lift you up when business gets tough. I encourage you to write them somewhere where you can see them. On your mirror, your planner, your phone, your background on your phone, wherever you'll be reminded to check in with yourself each day. Because you, my friend, are not just building a business. You're building a legacy. And it starts with how you live, love, and lead. Join us in the next few weeks as we dive deeper into each of our S's. Next week, we're going to dive deep into service. If this episode spoke with you, take a quick screenshot, share it on Instagram, and tag me at Savvy Successful Mompreneur. I'd love to know which S you're going to focus on this week. And as always, thank you for being a part of this amazing community of women who are redefining what success looks like. One day, one business, one moment at a time. Until next time, stay savvy, stay strong, and keep showing up with heart. You got this.